Alright, today we'll be talking about target defaults and the differences between disruptor guns and laser blasters, along with some of the good uses of standard cannons and other ballistic weapons. So the first thing to talk about is distancing, target defaults. So you go here, you click your guy, your ship goes all the way out here. What if you don't want him out there? What if you want him up close, like here, when he attacks? What you have to do is you have to go, let's pause this, click, and then you can go and press the shift button. Why are you not working? Sometimes my keybinds don't work. It's annoying. There we go. I have to hold down shift, and then you can drag forward, you can drag to the side. And then I'll go to this position instead of the default position. But then you'll notice that, okay, this is exactly where I want it. You click off, you go fight another enemy, it goes all the way back. So what you can do to stop that from happening, you press shift, you put it to where you want it to be. It's good there. Go to save attack defaults. Now, if you go off and then go back, it'll go to the exact same position in the exact same formatting. So you'll go over here. This guy goes over here, moves that way. Your attack defaults will save the direction in which you want to attack ships. So when this guy gets into position, I'll show you. You'll just go back to the exact same direction of facing the ship from the front, which is the saved attack defaults make it so that it saves the angle that your ship's facing, the direction in which the enemy ship's facing, which you're to attack it from, and it also saves the distancing. So you can make it so that if this ship is trying to look at you, you could set your attack defaults to be like to the side and make it continually move to try to catch you. So pretty interesting stuff, and it's really useful to get the hang of it because it just makes everything way quicker and way easier to accomplish. Hold on, give me a second. Because if your ship's attacking from the front for like every single fight, you're gonna get serious damage and lose a lot of credits. So you're gonna have ships like this, you're fine with attacking from the front. You probably don't want to attack from the sides. But with ships in the just standard space, you're going to want to attack from the sides because all their shields and stuff are going to be on the front. All their weapons are going to be facing forward because the pirate classes in the early stages usually are going to attack you instead of you attacking them. At least the roaming do. So with this, stop that. You can go and exploit weaknesses in the enemy ships. Like if they have short range, you can go all the way out here. Or if they have vulnerabilities in the back, you can make it your ship, if they're fast enough, go to the back and not let the ship catch them. And then you have open access to their engines, reactors, all the way through the middle of the ship. So, the issue with ships like these is that when you're fighting them, if you go from the front, you can't really do much damage, and then the minute you try to get behind them, their lasers will cut you through. So now we're talking about when to use disruptors and laser guns and ballistic weaponry. Ballistic weaponry costs credits to use because it uses these ammunition shells, which don't cost very much but still can add up if you use like 500 of them in a fight, which can't happen. But these ones, once you build a reactor, it's free. You just have to load it with energy from the generator. But sadly, they do less damage than the cannons. So one place they'd want to use a cannon is for bigger enemies. So let's reset attack defaults. No, don't target. Stop it. So we're gonna target you. You're gonna go all the way out here. Cannons have a shorter range, but deal more damage. And shields are main issue for them though. They can't break through shields as easily as lasers can. And disruptors are made to destroy shields. They're EMPs. So if I release the disruptor and I say, oh, go attack this, it'll break the shield, take charges away from, take charges away from the shield, and then eventually you'll be able to attack by using your cannons and other armaments after the shield is broken. Or you can use my tip, go back to the behind of the ship and just destroy the entire thing. So EMPs, useful, very, very useful. It can take charges away from these laser blasters so that they can't target you. So let's look at the range of these laser blasters. Laser blasters, you can check them by holding this little button, shift, and then just drag it around. You can see their range. So they have actually a really dense range. So you can go over here. See, it probably can't get through that, and that's part of the point that I made it for. Because while it provides more protection from the front for these back blasters, it makes it so they don't have as big of a firing arc. So I can go over here, and let's see. You can still shoot this dude from here. Specifically, no. You can still shoot him. So what you can do is you can use your disruptor to fire on the laser blaster, which will get rid of charges if it can hit. So we're gonna move our ship until it can reach. Hold on, that's annoying. Boom. Really? Hold on. A little bit more. The EMPs and distracts the blaster and takes charges away from it. So you can keep hammering it with disruptors and stuff, while your bigger cannons and smaller laser blasters can rip apart the armor. But the main issue with this frontal area and our lasers is our lasers don't do much damage against armor. Or they don't do less damage, but the armor is so much health that you can't easily get through it. So ships with a lot of armor like this will take you a long time. These lasers will tear you to bits while you're trying to get actually into the ship. So that's where cannons come in. Cannons are a very, very powerful weapon to use, but they can be costly and sometimes not the best to use in some situations. They have a lot of what's called penetration. They will go through here and damage some of the blocks behind it. So I can go and attack here with the cannon, and it's not very accurate, as you can see. It's attacking over here when it's supposed to hit here, but it will move the ship and just do a lot more damage than a laser would. But the issue with these is they don't do any damage to shields. Lasers do more damage to shields. They can rip through and cause explosive damage to other materials, but at the same time, they're more expensive, they're less accurate, and they deal less damage to shields, so it's good to have a balance of armor and shields, which we'll talk about later. But they can be used for ripping through armor and just getting through to all of these. They're slow, but they work. I prefer lasers. Lasers are more accurate, faster firing. I'd say I would use lasers over cannons 9 times out of 10. Because look at the cannon, it's hitting everywhere. It's not on one spot. But if we use the laser, faster. It's way weaker, as you can see, but it can get through and destroy a lot of interior components. So, where cannons and lasers both do different things, they are used together oftentimes, because cannons will break through the armor, then you can tear apart the ship's specific components with a laser by going, oh yeah, let's go to the back. Engines have a bit of HP, and they usually have little blocker fenders here. So let's move our ship there. And now we'll use the cannon to get in here and destroy the reactor. It does a lot of damage. It goes through multiple things, starts fires. Boom. Reactor down. Lasers, faster, cheaper, smaller too. And they can target specific components, but look at how little damage it's doing against the armor compared to the cannon. Just like nothing. This is the cannon damage. But if you have one of these cannons, it's like, let's see, actually, 48 plus 8 coils, 32 plus 12 coils. They cause different things, but I'd say this is smaller, and it's just easier to mass produce them because they take up less space. They have a larger firing arc. Apparently, they're not cheaper. They're cheaper in steel, but disruptors are more expensive than both of them because of the hypercoil cost that it takes, which is, they can be annoying to get, but not very difficult if you know what you're doing. Lasers, precision, you can get lots of them. They're weaker, but cannons, you can't really rely on them hitting what you want, but you can't say that they're bad because they do a lot of damage when they actually hit what they're supposed to. And disruptors useful for taking out other energy weapons, shields, generators, just taking power out of anything that has power. And they can be really useful to cripple a ship, but you couldn't normally attack without a disruptor. Alright, see you in the next one.